and welcome to National Focus for Tuesday, April 23, 2024. I am Adicia Burton. The headlines: Government remains committed to fire officers' welfare. Joyful Designs Plus, fashion and positive impact. And the Green Climate Fund to assist government in building resilient infrastructure. The details of the headline stories and more when we return. Welcome back. Minister for National Security, Honorable Rayburn Blackmore, says government has repeatedly demonstrated interest in the welfare of the employees of the fire and ambulance services. The Honorable Minister says government ensured that outstanding acting appointments in vacant positions were filled.
I can recall that was an issue for the union, and I met with the union and the heads within the fire department. And when I got to understand the nature of the problem, we ensured that the officers were appointed.
Minister Blackmore says the Honorable Prime Minister and the government ought to be commended for the way in which the issue was handled. A number of officers within the fire department did not meet the prerequisites and therefore were not appointed.
Did not have enough subjects then to enter the public service. And they were there for a long period of time. Can you recall that, Mr. Later?
Yes.
I'm not hearing you. Okay, thank you very much, yeah. And then when I learned about it, I made a case and I went to the Prime Minister, because the officers had worked for about 6-7 years. Mr. Later was then the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Justice, National Security and Immigration at the time. And we made a case for them, and they were all appointed.
Those appointed also received retroactive pay for 1 year. Meanwhile, government has also given a commitment to construct a new fire station in Grand Bay.
Last week, we did a site visit, a walkthrough. That is under construction. And because the government has a holistic view of the development of the country. As we speak, over 100 houses have been built. So you're going to have emerging challenges insofar as emergency response is concerned, etc., etc. And that building upon completion, you're going to have 20 officers, including 6 to 8 ladies, will be created opportunities for employment also.
There will be changes in the operations of the new fire station in terms of modernizing how officers carry out their duties.
So instead of officers coming from the respective room to pass through steps, they shall be able, based on the design that we have done, consistent with contemporary times, to just slide. It's not so, Mr. Later. To just slide from the rooms straight into the truck and to move out and to respond to whatever emergency.
The reach of enterprise Joyful Designs Plus, owned by Althea Joy Wati, extends far beyond one's closet. Almost 3 years after completing training initiatives with the DYBT, the fashion designer has brought a smile to the face of clients and beneficiaries of her business.
My clients who were satisfied with my work introduced me to DYBT. And going to DYBT, it was friendly staff, and I was able to do the training. After the training, I continue asking them what training they did offer, and I was able to take more than one. Doing the training has opened me up to different aspects of business, like going into a business. What do you expect? What is necessary? The proper procedures of record keeping, documenting, and then I went on to do social enterprise where it gave me the inspiration to reach out to the community.
Under her social mission as an entrepreneur, Althea displays how fashion can play a crucial role in shaping the economy.
Giving back of school uniforms, and I was able to train single parents, unemployed youth, and they are now employed at Joyful Designs. We are a staff of 4. We have Liana Bott, she is the machine operator. We have Kiama John Baptiste, machine operator. Zelika Bowers, who do button and buttonholes. And all 4 of us, we do serging, ironing, and finishing touching.
She outlined her business's growth and accomplishments over the years after receiving support from DYBT, which included a transition from a home-operated business to a commercial location in Roseau.
Able to operate from a commercial space, staff, how my business have grown into professional attires. My main goal is to ship out to different islands, different countries. I already started on a small scale, but looking into a bigger scale.
DYBT provides the support required to aspiring or existing entrepreneurs to realize their entrepreneurial dreams.
I think all entrepreneurs, small or big, should contact DYBT because they train you from the ground up and tell you what to expect from a small business. They encourage you, and if you are determined, you will be successful.
Joyful Designs Plus, located on Great Marlborough Street in Roseau, offers a wide array of fashion designs catering to every individual. Minister for the Environment, Rural Modernization, Kalinago Upliftment and Constituency Empowerment, Honorable Kozia Frederick, says Component 4 of the Green Climate Fund Enhanced Direct Access Project will assist government in building resilient infrastructure as they aim to build a climate-resilient country. By partnering with the Housing Loans Board, public officers will have the funding necessary to build resiliently.
Working with the Dominica government, Dominica Housing Loans Board, will ensure that the public servants, I rather say servants, have homes that are more resilient, and so they will bounce back quickly, and we will be able to see a reduce in the amount of damage to those particular massive and important investments. Also realize that having resilient homes and having people in resilient homes can for sure enhance social cohesiveness, and for sure it will encourage cooperation and facilitate, I believe, collective action. And it will help us to all be able to be well prepared in the time of crisis.
These investments in the country's infrastructure are critical for the long-term sustainable development of Dominica.
Now, overall, the investments in physical adaptation and community resilience are essential for long-term sustainability and also for the well-being of our country. And so this is evident in our East Coast Road we're doing right now, in our HRP, the Housing Recovery Project, the houses in Cotton Hill, in Bellevue-Chopin, the EU-funded homes in the Salbe constituency. Now, all of this is part of an integrated approach that we as a government deem very, very important. I spoke to social cohesiveness. We know for a fact that building infrastructure alongside our resilient initiatives foster stronger social bonds and especially trusts within the communities.
You're watching National Focus. More when we return. Welcome back. Entrepreneur in the Anstey catchment area, Joseph Williams, is embarking on a new project which he believes will help reduce the country's food import bill. The owner of Atlantic View Resort and Spa, who has been farming all his life, is laying the groundwork for commercial chicken and goat farming.
So far, I had a discussion with the minister himself last week, and then they agreed to give me assistance in the farming and also the poultry. We intend to grow about 5,000 chicken, 3,000 boilers, and 2,000 layers in this area. And we also want to put about start with 50 goats, and then with that we're able to really extend in our agriculture, where we have lettuce, tomatoes, you know, the whole vegetable, and also we have some planting there already.
The plan is to produce his own animal feed, reducing the dependence on imports, which can fluctuate particularly in times of external shocks, as seen with the Ukraine-Russia war.
Often we have a shortage of feed, and then now we can get our own feed. So we'll be planting cassava, banana, and also corn. So that's why you see we cut in this land on the other side, so that we can have all those type of things there. So because if we can feed our own self, it's better for us in Dominica. And I know we can do it in Dominica. Because growing as a young kid, this is what I do. My first house, I built it on farming. So I have a passion and a love for farming.
Mr. Joseph, who works on a 10-acre plot, is a beneficiary of the Let's Grow initiative.
The Let's Go program, when you sit in Dominica, we want to make sure definitely we can feed our own self. We know how difficult it is to bring in, to import chicken, especially chicken, the cost of it, and then and the cost of fuel and all those type of things. But if we, as Dominican, can come together and grow our own stuff and then, you know, feed our own self, because food is the most important thing in the world. So the program is a good help for us in Dominica, and we're looking forward for everybody to contribute and let us work together to build Dominica, because the country belongs to us, and if we can do it or work collectively and make this country a better place for us, and we can depend on our own self for our food.
The Let's Grow initiative is intended to provide constituents, particularly the youth, with seedlings.
And we know how expensive the seedlings could be, and how difficult it is to actually grow. But to give them that little motivation and inspiration, I decided to begin the Let's Grow program and to provide them with seedlings so that they can plant on any little space or available land that they have. And we've seen over 100 or more farmers and backyard gardeners benefit from this project and this program throughout the constituency. And we've even exported some seedlings out of our constituency.
Dominica is deeply saddened by the passing of Mr. Frankie Crazy Seams Bellet, the proprietor of Kyrie FM, who died on April 23, 2024. In a Facebook post, Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt says he will be remembered for providing a vital platform for political discourse and the advancement of arts, culture, and entertainment. The management and staff of the Government Information Service wishes to extend condolences to the family and friends of the late Frankie Crazy Seams Bellet. Dominica has joined the Earth Day organization in their commitment to end plastics for the betterment of human and planetary health. They are calling for a 60% reduction in the production of all plastics by 2040. This year's theme for the observance is Planet versus Plastics.
In recent years, our region has not had the best reputation when it comes to plastic pollution. We're one of the biggest per capita contributors to polluted seas and oceans. Our livelihoods depend on healthy oceans, and plastics do way more than just dirty our beaches. They are a threat to life. The good news is, change is happening. 12 Caribbean countries, representing over half the region, have already banned single-use plastics. Yet, this is just the beginning of our journey to eradicate plastic use entirely. This Earth Day, let's take our individual steps. Commit to using reusable bags and bottles. Organize or join a beach cleanup. With our combined efforts, we can keep our Caribbean paradise and crush plastics.
Coming up next, the Creole News highlights with Jeno Jacob.
Bienvenue à ce nouvel Creole, nom monsieur Jeno Jacob. Monsieur Joseph Williams Hord Anzime décidé pour commencer un projet pour lever poule et puis cabrit à habitation. Il y a 10 acteurs, il veut lever 300 broilers, 200 layers et puis 50 cabrits. Il aussi voulait produire manger babette li. Monsieur Williams voulait produire viande pour abattoir neuf là. Monsieur Williams c'est maître Atlantic View Hotel et satisfait et puis assistance et j'ai tapé au gouvernement. Était parlé pendant un tour par le rep Honorable Lakia Joseph conduit semaine passée en constituency P. Bush. gouvernement Dominique lancé par projet climatique 24 semaines passées. Projet A, c'est pour faire secteur que monde et puis institution, ça appelé l'argent pour préparer caillou et puis maison pour un désastre cyclone et puis tremblement de terre. Ministère pour l'Environnement, honorable Joseph Frédéric dit, l'argent projet ça là important et puis critical pour faire Dominique première nation résilience climatique en la terre. Ministère pour Finances, honorable Dr. Irvin McIntyre et puis honorable Roland Royer dit projet est bien important pour Wendy Dominique Goumen challenge changement climatique. Gouvernement Dominique a fait secteur qui toute maison ça debout en temps de désastre. Ministère pour la Sécurité nationale, honorable Rayburn Blackmore dit gouvernement a supporté bénéfices officiers qui travaillent en département ambulance et pédiphie. Gouvernement a gagné un truck neuf qui a coûté 1,2 million de dollars. Ça, c'est un spécial truck de fait. Ministère Blackmore dit gouvernement a gardé pour appointement officier qui a agi en position. Département de fait et puis ambulance supposé remercier le gouvernement pour support yo katapé. Le gouvernement a payé officier de fait l'argent rétroactif pour une année. Le gouvernement a bâti un fire station neuf en village Guambé. Ça c'est tout à ce nouvel en créole. Non, Monsieur General Jacob, au revoir.
And that's all for this edition of National Focus. Be sure to follow GIS Dominica on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitter. You can also drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I am Adicia Burton. Thank you for watching.